Oh, come on. Announcement's already been made. Discord, I should have done that. I should have waited, but I didn't. LiveChat Extra activated. TV player set up. We are watching Star Trek 4. And no, not for the one from the future. I can't see the chat. It's loading. Here it is. Twinkly music. The not so twinkly music. Okay, and I'm live. What the fuck? Is this the one with the best music, kind of? So that's true. I don't know if all the original movies had this, but they all had the sparkly name stuff. All the people that came on first. Oh, hey! I see someone's watching. Hey. Hopefully this won't be a repeat of like earlier today, where basically I was on stream for like over an hour and nobody said anything. It was a little sad. So we're doing a surprise picture today. Oh, it looks like it is going to be like that. Great. Well, I'm doing a surprise picture today. You can look at rabbits. There's no reference for those, I don't think. This one is a bit crazy. Wee. Wee.
What do you make of it? University of Road, Captain. From an intelligence on Northwest. Continue transmitting universal peace and hello in all known languages. Get the Starfleet Command. Ready, Captain. Starfleet Command. This is U.S.
Where's that reference picture? I cannot find this reference picture.
We're tracking a probe of unknown origin on a apparent trajectory to the Terran solar system. Attempts to communicate with the probe have been negative on all known frequencies.
Continue tracking Saratoga. We will analyze transmissions and advise.
Roger, Starfleet. Saratoga out.
I do not know where I had this reference picture. Hey, how you doing, dude? Right. Where do I have this reference picture? Is it in LiveChat Extra? Is that where I'm? Is that one I remember it from? Yeah, there it is. I can see it.
It was necessary. all the quintessential devil in these matters. James T. Kirk, renegade and terrorist. Not only is he responsible for the murder of a Klingon crew, the theft of a Klingon vessel, see now the real plot and intentions. Even as this Federation was negotiating a peace treaty with us,
Got
Kirk
it.
secretly developed the Genesis torpedo, conceived by Kirk's son,
Don't know what it's pointing at.
detonated by the Admiral
Pointing at. But it's pointing at something.
was euphemistically called the Genesis planet.
Anyway, so that thing. Where's Whiskers? I'll figure it out. Right, so far to find the pose.
Genesis was perfectly named. Creation of life, not death. The Klingons shed their first blood while attempting to possess.
Whiskers are cute.
Vulcans are well known as the intellectual puppets of the
Okay.
Federation. Your vessel.
Henry Snyder. Hey, Henry. Howdy, howdy.
We deny nothing. You have the right to
Stupid
preserve
eye.
the race. You have the right to commit murder. Silence! No further outbursts of the floor. Mr. President, I come to speak on behalf of the crew. Personal bias. His son was saved by Kirk. Mr. Dustin.
So what is everyone doing today? How is everyone doing?
Admiral Kirk has been charged with 9 violations of Star Trek.
This is bullshit, my stupid eye. Can I ask what happened to your other channel, if you don't mind me asking? YouTube shut down. I don't mind people asking. Okay, this eye thing. I've given it an eye bath. You know, you basically do that witch hazel thing. Where you just like, you put some fluid in this little cup thing and you put it in your eye, and then you basically just like put your eye back and move your head around and blink once. And that seemed to help, but it seemed to have come back. Why'd you interrupt the message? I'm not afraid of telling people what happened to my other channel. I've got to figure out how to draw this bunny. Why rabbits? Rabbits.
The records show that the commander and the crew of the late Starship Enterprise are voted unanimously to return to Earth. Face the consequences of their actions in the rescue of their comrade, Captain Spock.
How tall is the rabbit again? I don't know. I can't remember anything about this rabbit. Hey, Dreamy.
How soon can we be underway? Well, give me one more day, son. Damage control is easy. Reading Klingon, that's hard. You'd think they could at least send the ship. It's bad enough to be court-martialed and spend the rest of our lives mining borite, but to have to go home in this
Maybe on for a few minutes. It's okay.
I just wish we could cloak the stench.
Waiting for the next club to start in a few. What class do you mean?
Machine testing.
Who said logic is the cement of our civilization with which we ascend from chaos using reason as our guide?
T1.5, matron above the velocity.
Correct. What is the molecular formula of humanium sulfide crystals? White queen to section 5, grid 6, B takes knight, rook takes queen, white pawn to section 5, grid 7, pawn takes rook. Checkmate. What significant contribution to bioengineering was made in Lucarian outposts on Clent?
The universal atmospheric element compensator.
Evaluate and change if a starship sensors indicate it's being pursued closely that it occupies the same space as its pursuer. Correct. Identify object and its cultural significance.
Klingon communication with.
What were the principal historical events of the planet Earth in the year 1987? Correct. What was Gary Kim Thaw's first law of metaphysics?
Nothing unreal exists.
Class. I think it means class. No club. Waiting for the LGBT club to start. I got to the room early. Oh, neat.
How do you feel? How do you feel?
I do not understand the question.
That is good.
What is it?
I do not understand the question.
You're not human. The computer knows that.
The question is irrelevant.
kind of want to say just fuck it, but you know.
The retraining of your mind has been in a bogus way, so you may not understand it. But as my son,
Dreamy, your rabbit, is it rabbit sized? Just out of curiosity. I never did any of those when I was in school or cricket. Oh well.
Spark, does the good of the many outweigh the good of the one?
I would accept that as an axiom.
But then you stand here alive because of a mistake made by your flawed, feeling human friends. They have sacrificed their futures because they believe that the good of the one.
Well, when I was in college, basically we didn't have many clubs and shit. I don't think there were any clubs or shit. It was all like school run stuff.
Here he comes now.
Random probe thing.
What's causing that?
Their call was being carried on an amplification with enormous power.
Can we isolate the wave?
Negative. It's impacting on all our systems.
Yellow alert. Shield out. Hell, if you still get
Thruster controls are neutralized.
emergency thruster.
Very strong, Captain.
Emergency light. That's the course.
What the fuck is going on?
We're functioning on reserve power only.
Starting emergency territory. Here. Come in, please. Come in, please.
I think that's Panafox.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Status report. Not good. The probe is headed directly toward us. Signal is damaging everything in its path. Klingons have lost 2 vessels. 2 starships and 3 smaller vessels have been neutralized. Neutralized? How? We don't know. Give me the outcome.
Right, got it. Just curious.
It has been 3 hours since our contact.
What is that linked to?
All attempts at regaining power have failed.
It's using forms
All
of energy our best
non-essential
scientists do not
have
understand.
been given hypersatisfaction.
We're launching everything we have.
Our chief engineer is trying to deploy a makeshift solar sail. We have high hopes that this will, if successful,
What are these links to?
keep us alive.
Don't just post links that don't link to anything or don't give us a preview. And why are they being posted everywhere? What the fuck is going on?
Communication systems all ready, sir. Communications officer is ready to shoot everything.
Guidance functional. Upward.
My Discord is being screwy now. What the fuck?
Operational option. Working device now available on all flight modes. I'm impressed, this one. For short launch. We are in an enemy vessel, sir. Do not wish to be shot down when the days are on. No.
Is he talking to me?
Report to Scott.
We're ready, sir. I've converted the dilithium sequencer into something a little less primitive and admirable. I have replaced the Klingon food packs. They were giving me a thorough nothing.
Prepare for departure.
No, I know who you are, Panafox. I know who you are, Panafox, but don't tell people to calm down.
This is goodbye.
Yes, sir.
That doesn't help.
Thank you.
Sir, I have not had the
Right.
opportunity to tell you about your son. David died most bravely. He saved Spock. He saved us all. I thought you should know.
Howard, why are you telling me this? What's going on? I'm just really confused. But okay, whatever. Bye, Dreamy. Oh, before you go, belly ribs and scratches and belly sleep. So if you didn't see that, dude. But, yeah. Anyway, back to the reference. I won't be able to see anything on Discord for a little while because I am looking at a reference picture on one of the reference pictures that I didn't save on my computer for some reason. I can't read that. Right. Hi, Jeffrey. We're watching one of the really good ones. I wouldn't say it's the best, but one of the really good ones of the Star Trek movies, and it's the Voyage Home. And basically, there's this big space probe that has a nullification field around it, which basically it's just a big EMP field, which shuts down all electrical systems on ships and stuff. Big deal. It just got to space dock and shut it down, including all the shuttles inside of it, which is cool. But it's just that they show the shuttles and they just kind of like just stop. It's like, no, everyone in space dock is dead. You know, everyone that's inside ships inside space dock is dead, because basically those ships are gonna just keep going until they hit a wall, and then everyone's gonna die, and it's gonna be sad. But no, anyway, there's a few things that is wrong with this movie. For example, Klingons don't have chairs in their bridge. The bridge layout is completely different from the ship that they stole. But yeah, there's stuff and things. There's reasons for the stuff and things. Right. I'm also doing a picture. It's supposed to be a surprise picture, and I think Dreamy Lion is basically not here, so I can talk about that for a while. And that is that I'm drawing Dream Lion's bunny, because he's been part of this community for a long time. So I kind of want to do something nice. He's never asked me for anything personally, so I kind of wanted to do it. I'm a little bit confused about his tail, but I've got a very simple representation. That's rude. It's not a simple representation. I got a representation of his character on here, so I'm going to try to do that some justice in my style. I should like turn that down. I did a stream earlier today, and it was kind of frustrating because basically somebody kept like coming on and off, but actually nobody talking on it, which is kind of sad. But yeah, I don't know exactly how to do it. Right. Okay. There's a creepy crawly in here. It keeps touching my leg. Creepy crawlies. So annoying. Gonna maintain his cheek ruffles. He's got cheek ruffles. Right, now I know where I can draw, so that's good. Okay. Got a simple bunny rabbit on my screen. I'm going to try to adjust it accordingly. I do not know if this one of his ears is down. I don't know if that's a permanent thing. I have no other reference art for this character, so I don't know if it's like one of his ears is always down. I'm going to try to maintain one of those ears. So that's it's going to be a thing. Hey, Chris. Hubs and slugs of air body. What does air body mean? I know it means everybody. I know it means everybody, but you know, I can't do an adequate southern accent. It's like me trying to say y'all.
Good if you try.
Well, if I try, well, no, I can say pants, but that's only a couple of words. You know?
That's not southern.
Pants ain't southern. Southern.
Nah.
No, like what? Shut up.
Southern.
Okay. You know what? You know what? Shut up. I don't need this from you guys. Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't need to be told how to speak. I know how to speak.
Sure you do.
Picking up on your tone.
I don't like your tone.
Well, picking up on your sass, you know. It's like, oh, what is that?
No way. Somebody's got to keep an eye on that.
It's like, what was that? There's a series about kind of like, I don't think it was the Family Guy thing. No, it's the how it should have ended, guys. It was the how it should have ended when basically they're like talking about the Death Star plans and how basically like she should have just transmitted them instead of like flying them back on in the ship that she knew that was being tracked and everything.
I think I actually watched that on the stream once. I think I'm not too sure.
I love that though. It's so good. And picking on your sass, it's like good because you deserve it. The base should be within fire range once we reach around the other side of the planet. Tarkin's like, or you can drop us out of hyperspace around the other side of the planet the first time. Yeah, that's what I've always wondered. I've always wondered that, even as a kid, when I saw Star Wars for the first time, I was like, why don't they just drop out of hyperspace? If they can just drop out of hyperspace, couldn't they just drop out of hyperspace on the other side of the planet? I mean, or could they just make a couple of jumps into hyperspace so that they're around the other side of the planet now? I don't see why the slow moving around the other side of the planet. It's just like, seriously? You made a giant planet killing beam thing in space. It's obvious what you should do. Oh, Jeffrey says, hey Panda folks, we've had so many snuggles. I'm sorry. I'm just now saying hello. Oh. You should feel bad, Jeffrey.
I'm just not talking, Jeff, so you shouldn't be sorry.
You should feel so sorry. You should feel so guilty.
You shouldn't feel sorry.
Oh my god, I've got to really start drawing because all I've got right now is just an ear. Right, bunny. Got to draw bunny. Does he have any head? No. Doesn't have any head hair. Just regular bunny hair. Great. Anyway, what are you doing?
Are you talking to me or the chat?
You.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, that clears it up, doesn't it? Why the links aren't working? Oh, you mean why it just is putting the links up and not the actual content?
Yeah, that's what I've been doing for the past few minutes.
I don't know. Maybe Discord just hates you.
You might be right about that.
I noticed that you changed your name again.
Calm down, it's just a name. There we go. Now it's talking stuff.
Just.
No, I think Discord hates me though. It's been doing this all morning for some reason.
Bummer.
Yeah, but it's starting to pick this up now, so I can start sharing things again.
Should I give the bunny an actual nose, or should I? Well, that's a misnomer. The bunny in the reference picture has a actual bunny-like face. Should I do it more cartoony? This is the problem I had before when I tried to do someone else's bunny. I couldn't get the face right, so I did a bunch of faces because I just couldn't figure it out. I'm gonna go super cartoon. I think I'm gonna actually have a bunny nose. This is just a dent.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Dream went mine either way it goes.
They've just got a dent. They've just got two dents. They don't actually have noses. They've got a ridge and then a dent, and there's nothing there. He's never really been super. Well, he's always been super helpful. He's never really been like mischievous. But I kind of want to give him a mischievous grin.
This sauce. Remember the ones you pick I sent you as a ref?
Yeah.
They made whoever the artist was in it, they made it really bigger with a bunch of people, with a bunch of characters, and it looks just amazing.
Oh no, there's a really trippy thing happening. They're doing time travel on Star Trek.
Time travel's always tricky.
I know, but they made it like they made a really trippy sequence. Why are you doing this? Why are they doing this? They've never done this for time travel before, ever. Oh, whatever.
That's it. Am I right?
It's just so freaky when they do crap like this. He's got huge anime eyes in the reference picture. Boobies. What, Chris? What?
I think he was talking about the statue.
Statue? Oh, you mean
Yeah,
the
statue and
the thing they
moment that you just saw.
the thing they threw into the water? Oh, that's actually a CG model. That's an early CG model of people's heads, and then a whale. Because there's a thing. The whole premise of this movie, and again, remember this is Star Trek, so it shouldn't really be way out there, but for some reason it is way out there. But let me just see if I can get this right. So a space probe from space. Got to remember that. Important. Travels to Earth, and then it transmits a signal that for some reason has an EMP kind of effect. Right, and the signal can't be understood or translated by people, but they have decoded what the signal is, and the signal sounds very much like whale song.
Whale songs?
More specifically, humpback whale song. However, in the future, in Star Trek time period, humpback whales are extinct.
It's pretty weird, actually.
So basically, in order to save the Earth, what they've done, because this probe thing is disabling the Earth and it's increasing for some reason, the signal is not just disabling electronics, but also increasing cloud cover and increasing rainfall and stormy conditions on the Earth for some reason. I don't know why, but it's just doing that. And so to save the Earth, they've gone back in time to a period when humpback whales weren't extinct, so that they can either capture some or capture some audio from them to transmit back to the, when they to go back into the future to then stuff and things.
Yeah, this is why I don't watch Star Trek. Star Trek is too confusing.
This is what I mean, though. This is what it's like. Star Trek's normally not this complicated. Normally, bad guy has something that is going to destroy planet, peace, quadrant, cause war, something. Bad guy has space fight with good guy, end of story. That's basically usually Star Trek movies 101, That's why this is so randomly crazy.
And this is why we don't watch Star Trek, because this stuff can get weird. really quick.
That's what I mean, though. It's normally it's in space. You don't need to go back in time for it to get weird. It already is weird. It is kind of interesting seeing like 24th century people interact with 21st century people, or 20th century people, because this is 1989. They go back in time to 1989 when the movie came out or something. I was 2.
I wasn't even born.
You didn't exist yet. Oh, I didn't even exist
I didn't
yet.
want to exist yet. The world wasn't ready for my existence.
Did he just go giggle crazy and then run away?
Me? No,
Oh no! There you are. You said that, and it sounded like you got up off your chair and was giggling as you kind of like ran away. And then I heard a door close, and I was like,
For a minute.
did he just go crazy and then run away?
Just go. Hello? Did he mute it? God dang it.
It didn't mute.
You didn't hear none of that, so it's okay.
Chris said that's what he imagined as well. Yep, exactly. Did he just go crazy and then run away?
No, I don't go crazy unless I need to. I'm still here. Don't worry, I'm not gonna say I'm never leaving, but you know what
No, I don't like when people say that they're gonna go forever. Chris, so there be back, guys. Okay. Now Chris is doing it to me. I think so. This ear flop thing, I didn't know if it's permanent. Some characters have weird quirks, you know, like they have like one ear up, one ear down. A lot of characters actually do that with the ear flop thing. Even 5 had a whole phase where basically one of his ears would always be down. Well, he has the ears up sometimes, and then it like when his ears go up, one of his ears always kind of is down, no matter what. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Just random freaky. I'm gonna put this ear down anyway, but partially down. I don't know. Shush tubs. What did I say? Oh, that's good. So, random human beings from the 24th century in San Francisco in 1987, 85. 85, 89. Are they pointy ears? They are pointy ears. Bunny ears aren't pointy.
Yes, 18th century. Quite. Are you sure you belong to the partner? How much would you
I'm not going to put the ear down. I'm keeping the ear up.
I'll give you $100. Is that a lot?
So he says that he's got kind of a scorpion tail, but as if it was a mermaid.
Yeah, he does.
But I kind of see it more as like a. It's almost like you know, like an Australian field mouse. They kind of have like the fluffy bit on the end of their kind of very long tails.
Yeah.
I'm going to draw it like that, and if he asks about the fluffy bit, I'm just going to say, "Oh, it is a scorpion tail. It's like a scorpion tail." Right. Okay.
What's happening with that? I'm actually trying to draw myself right now.
You trying to draw yourself, or you trying to draw something yourself?
No, I'm just drawing right now. So I'm just trying to focus a little bit.
Well, I'm doing the same thing and also listening to the movie. Howard, he said he was going to go. He said he was going to go for a little while. I think he has a client if he's still working. He shouldn't still be working. I don't know what the time is there. I'm trying to get these. He's kind of got like spiky fur on his cheek. I'm trying to get it into the right place so it doesn't look weird and freaky.
I'm actually looking at a picture that's just like that at the moment.
I don't know how well the image is going to come out, but that's what I got so far.
Oh yeah, you're starting to cut out too. I said I was looking at a picture that's like that. Like spiky on the face. Yeah, I'm looking at a picture like that right now.
Just on the cheekies.
I can see you know, I'm looking at it if you want it.
Oh, you have a reference for that specific character, or?
No, not for his character, just like spiky cheek on the face.
No, I think
I
think I've got it.
Okay.
Like I know in my head what I'm aiming for.
Yeah, sure.
Nobody pays any attention to it unless you swear every other word. You'll find it in all the literature, period. For example, sort of like the works of Jack and Suzanne, novels of Harold Robinson. The Giants.
In fact, I'm pretty sure this is a field mouse. Well, it looks very much like I saw a reference sheet for one of my favorite characters. That's a really small character, and it's The Adventurers Down Under. If anybody remembers that movie, and I really like the Australian field mouse character. I think it's adorable. Who keeps messaging me? I posted a picture on Facebook, one of the Bear Facebook groups the other day, and I keep getting random friend requests and random messages. It's one of the big groups, so it's like, apparently it's not even a good picture. It's of me in my hot tub. Yeah. But yeah, the Australian. So yeah, the Australian field mouse is very much looking like this picture, and I don't know if this is going to work. So yeah, just the pose is almost exactly like the picture that I'm imagining.
Yeah, Dream actually does it like a hybrid.
Exactly.
The
Well,
rest of it too looks like it's just like a hybrid.
Despite all attempts at banning whaling, there are still countries and pirates currently engaged in the
exactly. So it's kind of like I said, I think it's just a.
Today there are less than 10,000 specimens alive, and those that are taken
It's probably just a coincidence, a coinky dink.
while still bearing unborn calves. Whoever said this in the race is logical. Now, if you'll follow me, please, I'll introduce you to the Institute's live actual. This is the largest seawater tank in the world, and it contains the only 2 humpback whales in captivity. They are mature humpbacks, weighing 45,000 pounds each. They wandered into San Francisco Bay as calves and were brought here. We call them George and Grace.
How do you do this?
Beautiful, aren't they? And extremely intelligent. Now, if you'll follow me, please. Despite all the bears,
Why is that?
well, for one thing, we don't have enough money to keep feeding them 2 tons of shrimp per day.
You got any sleeves? He does have sleeves. Damn it. It would be cute if that was a tunic thing that he was wearing. But it looks like it's a full-on jacket.
And now, here's a much better way to keep George and Grace underwater.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna edit it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it as a tunic. I don't care. You can yell at me later for it. You drew my character wrong. This tunic isn't a tunic, it's a coat. I hate you, man. Okay.
Yes, they got.
And he's kind of not chubby at all, which is really irritating because bunnies are chunky.
No, bunnies are
Most bunnies are chunky.
most of them.
Well, all the pictures I've got as reference are pictures of actual real life bunnies, and they're all kind of very fluffy looking.
Are they fluffy looking or fat looking?
Well, fluffy is a very delicate way of saying chunky.
always necessary to absolute law. I don't mean law.
So who was the one that went crazy and ran out the door?
That was one of my friends.
Well, no, I figured that if you said it wasn't you.
Yeah, it wasn't me. No, it was one of my friends.
Crazy, he ran away.
Great minds think alike. Crazy people gotta stick together.
It's just that I heard the giggling and I half expected to hear a window smash or something. Yeah.
Why a window?
It's part of the. It's part of the. You know, go super crazy and then just jump out the window, kind of thing. Just jump through the glass.
That's one way to put it.
Oh, have you seen Spaced? The comedy series from Edgar Wright with Simon Pegg in it. It's really good. There's a scene though where basically like somebody realizes that somebody didn't give them the phone message that would have got them a new job and blah blah blah. But no, it turns out it's the roommate, and the roommate just like, well, she's like, it's like, wait a minute, it was you, and he's like, yes, it was me, and I'll do it again, I tell you. And then he stands up and he starts laughing maniacally, and then basically he just stops, turns around, and jumps out the window. But yeah, I love that. You just broke up just when you were responding to that.
I said it sounds pretty funny.
Oh, it's hilarious. I'll try to find the clip if it's on YouTube anywhere. I think I did find it at least once for Damon. But like I said, I'll try to find it again. I'm drawing pause because I hate myself apparently.
Right now I'm just drawing faces. I'll be right back. What's it?
Okie dokie. Remember to mute yourself this time. The buns are cute. Yes. The buns are cute.
What about you? Where are you from? Oh, landlubber. Come on, what the hell were you guys really trying to do back there? Was it some kind of macho thing? Because that's all I'll do with this morning. I really need that much stuff.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
What's going to happen when you release the roads?
They're going to have to take a chance.
Okay, man.
What's that going to take a chance to?
It means that they will be at risk from whale hunters the same as the rest of
Yeah.
the packs.
I'm back. I heard you cutting back. I think you said you were back, but I wasn't entirely sure.
I got you then.
But now I knew.
What are you talking about?
What am I talking about?
What are you talking about?
I have a photographic of that keyword.
Nothing. I was listening to the random craziness.
You're talking about me behind my back?
Why would I do that?
I don't know, because it's you.
Right here.
I don't talk about people behind their backs.
Who are, and don't jerk me around in
What is with all this crap today, by the way? I've been accused of a random couple of bits today, and I don't understand it. I've been accused of being a drama queen, and I've been accused of talking about people behind their backs, and I've also been accused of being an anti-feminist. So, what is with this?
Wait. So, hold on. Somebody called you a drama queen today?
Yeah.
Wait, what did you do?
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh my god. Was it in the earlier stream that you did earlier in the morning?
Nobody talks in that stream.
Okay. Oh god, a drama queen for doing nothing.
I don't know.
Yeah, I won't forget about it too, honestly. Just say fuck it.
Well, yeah, I kind of wanted to say that, but you know.
You're a nice person.
But no, just randomly today, just random shit. I don't understand it.
Yeah, I get hit with random stuff a lot, so.
Don't know anything about it. I find it hard to believe that I come millions of miles out. Thousands of miles on an exciting.
Howard, I wasn't talking about you.
You dropped out. What happened?
Nothing. Just Howard's telling me to calm down now. You calm down.
Oh, actually, I do know what I want to draw.
You do?
Yeah, and I actually just thought of something I want to draw.
I feel something similar back in my academy days. Alright. This must be old stuff to you. Yes, but interesting. Mind if I ask you a question? Do it.
We've gone outside of the box a little bit. Damn it. I think the whole anti-feminist thing is really pissing me off the most. I don't know why I got accused of being anti-feminist. This is so random.
Just accept the randomness. What do you mean? Just accept it.
Oh, there's just it's just that it was, well, I get the connection. I just don't understand why I was being called a random, randomly an anti-feminist. Basically, somebody was putting at work, somebody was pushing a thing about mouse suicide rates and how we should try to prevent them and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, every single person that was connected to this post on the work server suddenly got a random email all about anti-feminism and how you shouldn't be one and how you should be a feminist ally and all that stuff. And I was just like, I put it in my junk folder. And it's just like, what the fuck?
Actually pretty random.
Well, no, it's because of the whole, people shouldn't be focused on the male stuff. We should only be focused on women's problems. It's not how the world.
See, I'm not gonna listen to that one.
Well, no,
I have
that's.
a few words for it, but I'm not gonna say them.
I just, yeah.
Yeah, I feel you. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be okay.
So that one's easy to explain. Just, yeah. I've said a couple of things. I will admit I've said a couple of things in the past that basically were jokes, but they were not serious. Here's a prime example. When we were talking about when we were watching Enterprise we're doing watching the Enterprise watch along. I've got hair in my mouth. When we were doing the Enterprise watch along, and Paul did the whole "I can't control my emotions" thing, and I was like, "Women, right?" I was like, "That's a joke," and I very clearly said that it was a joke afterwards. She was like acting it up and everything. It was just so funny. I kind of wish that Dr. Phlox had just been like, "Women," because she was like, I can't control my emotions, with the heavy breathing and everything. Like this thing every month. No. Wow. Yeah. So this is what I got so far. I don't know if anybody can actually see this. But it's a bit too cartoony for my liking. I kind of wish I went with a different style.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to get down a different style at the moment. Hopefully it'll work out.
And use it.
Tomorrow is going to be a big day. I'm doing my haircut tomorrow.
I can't wait to see how it comes out.
I'm a little bit scared.
Oh, what?
Nothing really, but you know.
You scared everybody's not gonna like your haircut?
I don't know.
I mean, if it does help, if it's bad, I'm gonna tell you what it looks like I did with the one you did with no hair, no mustache, and no beard. Christian minister died Tubbs, so you bring it back.
Damn it! I was hoping that wasn't gonna come back. And it came back. That's great.
That cut wasn't that bad. You just really like you was a church dad.
A church dad.
Not gonna lie.
It's just like that's not a thing. Church dads aren't a thing. Looks up. Son of a bitch. Hair grows, but yes, Howard, but it takes time. The hair takes time to grow back. Even my super weirdly fast growing hair takes time to grow back. I have to deal with it for a couple of weeks.
Are you a doctor?
Right, I'm drawing the second part of the picture. Minister Christian Dad, yeah. I hate you guys. It has pockets, really? It's really funny reading somebody laughing, you know, because I literally read that not as giggling or laughing. I actually read that as ha 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 ha. So it just comes off as super sarcastic. I was going to do a face close-up, but again, because that's what I do. But it turns out that this is pretty close-up already, and it's already taking up most of the page. So if I did do a close-up, then it wouldn't be any bigger than it is.
Yeah, that is kind of true.
With this weird tunic thing as well.
This is coming out better than I thought it was gonna come out.
Well, that's good. Mine's coming out a bit funny.
Is it good funny or bad funny?
Well, it's just the background detail is the thing that I'm having, because it's actually two characters that I'm drawing.
I'm drawing two characters too, but I'm just doing faces.
Bring 2 humpbacks. If I have to, I'll never do it. Think about it. It don't take too long. I'm out of time. Change your mind. This is where I'll be. Here?
The old man's kicking your ass. Yeah, the old man's kicking your butt. Oh, it's talking about it.
Status. Okay, we'll be finished by morning. It's getting closer. What about you too? And we're 6 people. And we wait for them to call. Damn it.
I think it works. I think it works. I think I'm going to be okay with that. Again, I was going to do the face close-up. So, I don't think it's really clear, but I mean, you could just say it's a random bear. But I was going to do another person on top of Five's belly, or Pop's belly. One of their bellies. Because this keeps happening.
No, it happens to the best of them.
But I just don't have room in the picture. Just don't have a room in the picture for. See, it's right at the edge of the paper.
Yeah.
As well as just being a bit too close up as well on top of his belly. And I was going to do the close up of the face here, but the size of the face will basically be about the same size as that face, so it'd be kind of pointless. I mean, I could do it on the belly, but I think it's okay. I think that's not good enough. I think it's pretty good. I'm just going to look for extra details. I don't think I've missed anything out, but
that's really good though.
Oh, did it come out pretty good? I don't know how well the quality is on the live stream because it crashed. There it is. I can see it. Wow, it's actually proper quality now. So yeah, you can actually see everything. Did anybody want to see the picture that I did that isn't on Discord? I don't know if I sent that to Jeffrey. I don't think I did send that to Jeffrey. I'll send it to Jeffrey anyway. But like, did anybody not see the picture that I did for Hellboy 66? I think it is.
Which one is that?
The polar bear.
Yeah, I saw that. I actually really liked that one. That one came out good.
With the close-ups and everything. The close-up came up like really good in my opinion, with the reflective visor on the hat on the top hat. You know, there's some things that you draw and you're just like, oh my god, that was so lucky, because if I just my pencil slipped up 1 or 2 times, it would just be like, that'd be it. It'll be fucked forever. But yeah. I haven't checked my Fur Affinity's been down for the past 20 minutes. Well, not for the past 20 minutes. The 20 minutes before I came on stream tonight, Fur Affinity was down, so I couldn't actually check to see if he saw it yet.
I'm pretty sure you did. Well, then again, Discord's been down for the past few hours. Well, mobile Discord.
Is it a pilot uniform? It's he said police commissioner or police chief or something. I'm gonna have to read the thing that he sent me again. Because I keep forgetting. Even though I read it, I don't retain that information for some reason. You know, I read it, it answers my question, but once my question's answered, it just is out of my head. But no, Jeff, I'll do that for you now. So I just saw the man bunny. That's freaky. It's like cyanides and happiness's shark dude or something like that. It's basically like it's a shark. It's an anthropomorphized shark, and he's a superhero, and he wears like a Geordie LaForge visor and everything. But it's like it makes lasers come out and stuff. But his secret identity, Shark Dude's secret identity, is
is I know what you're talking about. He's like a disappointing dad to a
kid. Yeah. But just the face that he's got when he's the dad shark is like, it's just ridiculous. It's as if you just point the shark face up. It's always looking up, so it's got just a big mouth with for some reason a tiny mustache up here, and just the eyes on the side still, and it's weird. It's just so weird, but it just looks so goofy. I'm not just I'm not just shocked, dude. I'm also you're dead. You're dead.
I think this stage is done. I think it's done. It's not much, but it looks really good. Do you want to see it?
Well, yeah, post it.
Okay, give me like 1 second.
I've got to send Jeffrey. Well, I don't have to, but I want to because I'm a flame. You know, it would be so much easier if Jeffrey got Discord. But I will send it to him anyway.
I mean, shoot it. You don't tell you. We just need to steal his phone and put it on there.
Well, no, I'm going to do it. It will happen. It's just not even going to be. I'm not even going to do it secretly. I'm just going to be like, hi Jeff, give me your phone. Give me your phone.
This is gonna happen, Jeff.
Unlock your phone and give it to me. He'll be like, hi, no, my phone.
Phone first, then
Phone first, and then pleasantries. Yeah. Download Discord, put it on his phone, give his, turn it on, create username and everything, give it back to him. And then we can hug and it's like, oh my god, do all the pleasantries and stuff. But yeah. There will be no hugging or anything until you have got Discord on your phone.
Okay. I'll post the picture and all the time.
Okay, oh, honestly, I'm in the middle of opening up my Gmail.
So yeah, take your time. I'm just saying I posted it in there.
I just want to point out what's happening on the screen right now, which is why the whimsical music and stuff like that. So while they're in this time period, their home base is a cloaked Klingon ship landed in a park somewhere in San Francisco, and this woman who's trying to find Kirk. Basically, he just told her that he'd be in the park somewhere. And so basically, she's ran full tilt into the middle of this field, shouting and yelling his name, and she just bumps into the cloaked ship. No, she ran at full pelt. She'd break her nose. She might even break her neck. She ran. Yeah, no, she doesn't break anything. That's what I mean. She just falls on the floor and is like all confused. What did I run into? No, but no, it would be more like, oh my god, Jesus, that hurt. It's like running full pelt into a really, 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 really thick piece of glass. That's. It would be like, son of a bitch, my face. You broke my face. Right, look here.
I was like, who put an emoji right here?
People put emojis over everything. Stop yawning, you son of a bitch.
See, it's you this time, Yana, instead of me.
Well, I really don't want to yawn because I've also got the random eyeball shit going on. I'm just looking at the onesie picture. That's a lot of onesies.
Tell me the picture doesn't look amazing.
Oh, it looks great. I'm going through every single person. Oh, I like the Dover one. Is somebody rubbing their tummy?
Huh?
Don't know. Cute. Super cute. Like pink. Ooh, that's good texturing on the tongue. Also, the dog looks so fluffy.
This is actually supposed to be Junior.
I kind of figured that one. So fluffy. See, Jeffrey, by the way, Jeffrey, you could have the exact same reactions if you had got fucking Disco.
Leave Jeff alone. He knows what he's doing.
I know. Joke.
Oh, look, there's Chris. Where have you been?
He's been working. He's just been working. But no, it looks awesome. You got the proportions of all of the face just right on both of those pictures.
That's actually the first thing off of with proportions on face.
Well, no, it's just that you got the you know, the small eyes work really well with the slightly fluffy face and everything. But the eyes are perfectly proportionate and far enough away from each other and everything to look like great with the muzzle and everything. On the bottom one, I like the small nose and the big eyes. It's just that's the thing, isn't it? That's just the thing with any kind of like with any kind of cartoon, is that you got to exaggerate something while making everything else look either smaller or bigger than it usually is, without exaggerating it. Because if you do it bigger, sometimes you have to over elaborate it. You have to make it crazy detailed sometimes, and it's just like, oh, I don't want to. It's just a nose. It doesn't look like detail. But no, it looks awesome. And like I said, I really like the texture of the tongue. Oh, Chris, just because I don't think you saw, I did a certain bunny. Gotta hold that up a little bit longer. Don't know how well you can see that and stuff. I still haven't opened up my Gmail. Oh, and it's filled up my entire screen, and now I can't see anything. Awesome. Does anybody remember the South Park episode when they basically everybody gets high on cough medicine?
I remember that one.
They're looking at like
Clyde was making a video about the cute animals.
Yeah.
And they had kept coming up with an idea for the show.
It's just like cute, super cute. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I got no reaction from Hellboy so far. Did he even post properly on my Filfinity account? No, there it is. There it is, and no one cares. Nice, is that Jazz? It might be. Who's Jazz?
That's Jazz.
Who's Jazz?
Jazz is Dreamland's character.
Oh, then yes. Don't judge me, I don't remember names, okay? Give me a break.
Yeah, we know.
Where would the whales be by now? All I need is radio signal.
Oh, where are you, Jeffrey, on my Gmail? Jazz is the bun. Got it. Got it. Ooh. Ouch. My Gmail just informed me that Your Google Ads account was cancelled due to no spend. What? Whatever. Oh, it's because my channel got taken down. Right, got it. What of your iTubs? I don't know. I did the you know, eyeball thing, and it just, yeah. But I'm gonna do it again before I go to bed. See if that helps. Yeah, I didn't send it to you, Jeff. I thought I sent it to you, Jeff, but I didn't send it to you, Jeff. Robot? I heard robot noise. Oh, I should have called that picture Polar Justice. Damn it. Randomly looking on the Artag. Well, it's just open on the Artag page. And there's suddenly random purple dragon alien monster creature. Just poof. Oh. Just appeared and disappeared. No, I just said that I got onto I'm still on the Artag Discord page, and just like I just turned my head for a second, and just random purple dragon monster alien creature just appeared. Just there now. It's there. It's just
put that on there.
It's just there on my screen now. Oh, it's
That's what you love it on your screen.
It's taken a while to actually upload this file because it's actually a big file. Now he puts on mute. Okay. Yeah, it's a witch hazel eye bath thing. I basically am going to do it before. I did it earlier today, but now my eye keeps leaking, which is great because this eye seems to just have an issue. I don't know why it has an issue, but I have to keep wiping it because it keeps leaking. This eye does too, but it's not that bad. No, I get it too. Jeffrey, let me know when you get that because that email for some reason took a while to send. So I don't know if you will get it. That is not to scale.
All right, Scotty, it's up to you.
Anyway. Oh, fuck. They've messed with our website. I'm confused too, Howard. I don't know what Chris is saying. I was wondering if anyone was going to actually see that. It was about the whale. Okay. This is the whale your mum? Hey, is the whale... Is the whale your mum? Is that what you're trying to say? I'm confused. Oh, here we go. We've got the original commission charge. What? Oh. I broke my computer. There we go. It just says officer, so I'm guessing he's the commissioner, or like he's either commissioner or he's just a chief captain guy person. Right, no, I get it, Chris. I just I didn't know what you're saying about your mum. That's what I mean, though. It's like your own mum. Am I just gonna have to like surgically tape this to my face just for a second?
I had that thought kind of too, because I was just like, okay, I'm not, my brain isn't getting this. What? Yeah, I can't feel.
That's what I mean. Shouldn't you be saying it about somebody else's mom? Is it? Are you just too nice? Is that what it is? I don't want to say it about anybody else's mum, so I said it about my mum. It's just like, that's why it's not funny. It's like,
Yeah.
you know, because instead of people laughing at that, they're just going to say something like, maybe your mum should see a dietitian or something, then, if she's that big. You know?
Are you doing like the whole? Because there's this stuff that Muscle Man would do on regular show where he would say if your mom jokes except it was about his own mom. So it would say my mom.
I love. Oh fuck! I love this. So they came back to regular Earth time, and remember, there's this big probe above the Earth that's stopping ships' electrical systems. So what do? They try to fly to Earth, and what happens? Their electrical systems go down, so that they land in the sea. Idiots. That's mostly Star Trek. That's most of Star Trek. Space idiots. Star Trek. Space idiots.
I would make my mom jokes, but my mom jokes aren't really that funny.
I love this. You go ahead and close the hatch. Admiral, you'll be trapped. It's like, but why would he be trapped? I mean, literally, there is no reason for them to close the hatch. Like, none. It's just to make Kirk look good. Again. No, the whole show is nuts. Yeah. The whole whale plan is just crazy.
They're trying to get Buddy in Overwatch, even though we have no way of playing. Look, I'm gonna keep talking about it until I don't get through that. Yeah.
God, he made a real meal out of trying to get back on the plane as well.
Later, Pen Fox.
You know, when I have my haircut tomorrow, I'm seriously considering getting rid of my eyelashes as well. It's okay, Chris. It happens. Well, it's never happened this bad, but it happens. So this weird WoW probe thing, it came over to Earth, it did this message, and then it fucks off. We have no idea what the WoW said, what they were talking about. It just kind of.
It just came, then it just kind of went.
Yeah.
Nobody says anything else about it.
That's all we know about it. There literally isn't anything else involved with the WoW probe thing. There is some weird speculation that the WoW probe has something to do with the Doomsday Machine that we saw in the original series. That it came from the same civilization, just because they look kind of similar. They're just different shapes, you know. They look like they could be made out of the same stuff. Yeah. Space dog. With the giant space probe going on. And all their systems work now. Yay. They're just some jerks, you know. In the water for no reason. Because they flew at a planet that was being bombarded with the stupid signal. They could have got the message from the well tank if they just were just a little bit further away, like at a higher altitude Earth orbit than the probe was. They could have just been there, safe from the probe, and just But no, they're to go you know what? We're gonna just crash into the Earth because reason.
Oh, wow.
And Dorian's talking to cat people. By the way, there's cat people. There's cat people. Well, it's just like that in Star Trek. It's like just a random shot of Andorians talking to a cat person, and it's like Andorians talking to cat people. It's just as if there was like a commentator in there, you know. And here's the Andorian ambassador talking to a cat person ambassador. By the way, there's cat people, and over here we have just cat. There are cat people. Whatever. Okay, okay, Chris. Okay, Chris. I am a bit worried. That's all. That you're going to be bored or something. I know. It's random. It's random reverse travel anxiety. You know. It's not really anything to do with you per se. It's just
Guys are both war rewards. Come on. You're hicking out. Just, I'm trying not to be jealous of both of you. And, You're just both worrying about entertaining each other. My gosh.
I keep having really nasty burps. Well, no, I had a hell of a lot of noodles. I had sweet and sour noodles, like a lot of them. So now I just keep burping sweet and sour. Every time I burp, I can smell sweet and sour. It's just like, that's great. And that was nice when I was eating it, but now it's kind of, why?
Yeah. Sweet and sour noodles.
It's like someone's cooking sweet and sour nearby just all the time. No, eventually, you know, at first it's going to be a pleasant smell, but eventually it's going to just be really annoying as crap. So yeah. No, there's the cat person again. By the way, there's cat people, and we tried to show the Endorian. I want you to be at ease. Yeah, I'm not going to be at ease until you're here. That's how the reverse travel anxiety works.
I like that term, reverse travel anxiety. Well, although I think in this case it'll be more like hosting anxiety, because we're gonna host somebody.
That's it. That's probably it. I do love this. There's like in the previous movie they blew up a ship and they just, you know, they stopped what's the word? They disobeyed direct orders from Starfleet and all this stuff to do with the Genesis planet in the last movie. So the whole point of them coming to Earth was to basically for them to be, you know, disciplined. They were going to be put in a Federation penal colony, right? So just because they went back in time and got some whales to save the Earth, they're basically just, you know, it's fine. It's like, no, it's not. You know, celebrate them when they come out of their penal colony. You know, court-martial them, and then you can celebrate that they saved the planet. Well, it's just that it's kind of just a bit of a shit, you know. It's like it's like, oh well, I accidentally blew up my ship and all that stuff, and that's space stuff. They blew up the ship and it's like, oh, but before they blow up their ship, they released a torpedo towards Earth that's gonna like kill life on it. And then they stopped it. Hey, look, and then they get an Excelsior class starship, which is awesome. Oh, fuck you. Son of a bitch. And that's where the Enterprise A comes from. Which, by the way, was the USS Yorktown that was just repainted. That's literally all that is.
Is this a Next Generation movie? Or original series? Original series, right?
It's the fourth one.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
The Next Generation movies aren't until after we watch the Next Generation.
Okay, sorry, guys.
That's good, Chris. Chris, I'm not really that worried about it, honestly. I mean, I'm a little bit worried about it, but I'm not that worried about it. You don't need to do anything crazy. Work, play, video games, sleep, eat, when walking is fun. Oh, I think walking's fun.
Hiking. Yeah, I think it'll be fun. Just, you know, guys could go and just walk around and, you know, talk about stuff, like that stuff.
Plus, we're doing the London and/or Peterborough trips at some stage as well. You didn't stress me out. Just, you know, just thinking. I already put in some, I requested my time off as well, so we'll be able to, like, not worry about me working. But I might come in here to do, like, we'll probably come in here to do the streams and stuff anyway. If you want to do the streams. And, computers. I don't know.
I'm kind of excited to see you guys both stream.
We've done it before.
Yeah.
He's been on here before. On the Hangout.
Yeah.
Ah! Forgot. It's just... Sweet and sour, great, yeah. I ate sweet and sour. I had a lot of sweet and sour noodles. Yeah, I was going to make pizza because we got new pizza bases and stuff, but I decided to switch it up, and I couldn't figure out a way to actually use the sweet and sour sauce on a pizza, and also I just couldn't figure out how to do sweet sour pizza, especially since I didn't have any chicken bits. Because normally what I'd just do if I have like the deli, the deli like chicken slices, or even some chicken to just cook it and then to stir fry it. But instead of stir frying it, I can put it on pizza and then have like some sweet and sour in the bit. I didn't have any chicken, so instead of using it on a pizza, I was like, I got tons of noodles, so I made noodles, and I used the sweet and sour mix and the sauce and some of the vegetables, and I put it on top of the noodles that I made, and I accidentally made way too many noodles, and I had sweet and sour, and I had also had sweet chili as well. Noodles, and they were super yummy. But the thing is that once I was satisfied with all of the noodles and stuff, with the sweet and sour noodles, that's it. I didn't want any more sweet and sour. I've had my fill of sweet and sour. But now every time I burp, just it's sweet and sour. It's like, I know. Go away. Fucking sweet and sour. It really is. It really is like I've got like just a bowl of noodles just on my desk. Every time I burp, it's like they're not really there, but every time I burp, the gases from my burp just come in contact with it, and it kind of appears, and it disappears again. It's like, fuck off. Have you tried to drown out with Pepsi? I've just used my Pepsi. This is the last of my Pepsi. I do actually need to go pee.
That's annoying. I hate when stuff just gets caught in your stomach, I guess, or the gases or whatever. It just comes up and you can just taste whatever you last ate. I've had that.
But in your nose.
In your nose?
Yeah, but you can taste it in your nose. Well, normally because I'm a very polite burper. Normally, I just it normally goes just out. I burp in my mouth and then it goes out of my nose. But of course, I've got a sensitive nose because of the hypersensitivity. So it literally is like there is that bowl right in my face every time. So yeah, but no, even when I burped just then, some of it went in my nose, and yeah, great. I was going to ask how I feel bad now. I just remembered that I haven't actually asked if Chris is doing any better. No, I think I might have done when he first came on. I don't know.
Oh, he said he's at work.
Yeah, no, but he was at work last time. He was all shivering at work.
Aww.
I know you weren't this bad, Chris, but I just had the mental image of basically like somebody coming up to you and going, "Are you okay, Chris?" and patting you in the back, and then you just like falling over. It's like, guess he's not okay. He might need to go home. But hey guys, everyone's tickets are sorted, so yeah. I'm still really happy about that. I really am, like, super happy about that. I don't know why, but it was weird because I looked at my bank account the other day. Well, I looked at my bank account yesterday, and it was like, the mini statement said, minus $200, and I was just like, it made me happy for some reason. I was just like, yeah, wait, why is this making me happy? I no longer have this money. It's because I know what I'm getting for it. That's the thing. So it's like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, typically, whenever I kind of have the same, I think, kind of mindset that you do, because like whenever I spend on stuff, I don't consider it just like a waste because it's something I want to get. It's something that I want, but then I just like look back at my bank account. I'm just like, see, I should really stop spending money. But yeah, I'm super happy to. I should hopefully be able to get the plane tickets soon. I was gonna ask, like, what are the plans for meeting up? Are we gonna at the airport or at the actual hotel?
Oh fuck! Yeah, so that just reminded me. How am I going to get from the airport to the hotel?
Because I was thinking if we all just like, because like if one of us just gets in, I don't know like what time everybody is getting in or anything, but if we all can like coordinate to fly in on like the same day, we can split a cab over or something, or like split left, or or yeah.
Like I've got a couple of possibilities to of like friends to get from the airport to the hotel. But I thought we were all going to just meet up. I thought we were all going to kind of like trickle into the hotel and just meet up in the hotel. But I suppose we do need to kind of coordinate that if we're going to do something like that. Because, like I said, I was just going to make, when my flight's all sorted and stuff, I was going to basically just hit up a couple of friends that I know are going and basically ask them if they've got like I know one of my friends. I've not, like I said, I've got a couple of friends that have definitely got cars because one of my friends is driving there. That's the pup from last year, and the other friend is Carl, who drove me back to the airport. And he's like super friendly, so
yeah.
But yeah, like Chris said, we'll just have to get like get together and organize it. I need to. It's just going to be a pain for me to organize exactly when flights get into Vegas because that's not how they're coordinated. When you book flights, it's like it's not a I mean, there might be a slider or like a thing, arrival app, and then you type in the exact time and place and all that stuff. But you guys have got it slightly easier because you're basically coming from the same country. I'm coming from a different country, so of course I've got to go through the border enforcement agency.
Yeah.
So much fun. It takes no time at all. To be fair, it's everybody else that it takes time with. With me, they basically just ask you a couple of questions, make you look into a stupid camera, and like poke a sensor to get your fingerprints. And it's not that aggravating because it's more irritating only because it's because my holiday is literally this is the only thing standing in my way of my holiday. You know, it's like I got off the plane, I'm in the country, I'm in the proper actual place that I need to be to start my vacation, and it's so close. You know, and yet it's not there yet. Because
it's kind of like yeah, it's kind of like that. What's that movie with Tom Hanks? He's like trapped in the airport or whatever. Yeah, it's like that.
The Terminal. Is it the Terminal?
What?
I think it might be the Terminal. I don't know. But yeah, it's so yeah, Jeffrey. It's literally not really that bad. It's just that, you know, it's I don't have to go through baggage reclaim and all that stuff, because normally I just do my carry-on stuff. Although this time, like I said, with all of the stuff that I have to bring, that people keep saying, "Oh, you got to bring that next time." It's like maybe I might have to. I don't know yet, though. I'll figure it out. Good thing about the carry-on stuff, though, is that I don't have to bring toothpaste or toothbrush, because the hotel has a gift shop and they supply that. I mean, it's not my special toothbrush and it's not my normal toothpaste, but whatever, it does its job.
It's not mine, but it'll do.
Well, no, because I have to have a special toothbrush because of my dense teeth and stuff. You know, they rate them. Oh well, it's people like me that is the reason why you have hard toothbrushes.
Yeah.
Because you basically need fucking razor wire to brush around your teeth. But it's okay for a week. It'll be okay for a week. My flights are going to be extra complicated because at one stage or both stages, I am going to see Jeffrey. So we need to organize that, Jeff. I need to know the exact dates from Chris that we're booked in for. So
yeah, well,
like I said, we need to organize this. By next week, I should have my passport stuff sorted out, because I've got my picture. I filled out the form. I've literally got to go to the fucking office and give them money just for a new passport. I don't know why they can't just swap out a page in my existing passport. I mean, yeah, it's going to cost me £160.
oh jeez.
What's
cost?
It's about $200. But it's only because I'm going to the office, and they basically they do all the paperwork and stuff on the dot, you know, on the spot.
Yeah.
So you basically hand in your paperwork, you hand in your photos, you hand in your old passport, and then basically what they do is they give you a phone number, and you give them your phone number, and then basically you disappear. You know, you go away from that building, or you can even stay in the building if you want for an hour or so, and then they do all the paperwork. They just like make a new passport on the spot, and then you basically come back and you pick up your new passport. And that costs that's what I mean. That costs £200, $200. Sorry. But because normally you can do all of this for around about $40 to $50. No, wait, that's not for about $80. you can basically do it through the post. But the thing is that it can take fucking ever. Because when I got my passport renewed for the first time, I had to basically fill out a form and post them my old passport, only for them to a month later post me back my old passport, and the form with basically some red writing on it saying you need to fill out the form again and make sure you use you fill out this section better and stuff. And it's like, son of a bitch, you know. And also we would like $20 more, and it's like, fuck you. So what? But if you do it on the spot, like I'm gonna do it, you don't have to deal with any of that bullshit, and you do just pay the one set amount, and it doesn't take you months and months and months to do, and there's no going around wondering where your passport is, and there's absolutely no chance of it getting lost in the mail, for which you are charged for. They will fine you if you lose your passport.
My God.
I know.
Sounds...
Even if they lose it in the mail, you get charged for. You get fined £50 if you lose your passport. If you lose your passport, if you report your passport stolen, or you lose your passport, if you just lose it and have to get a new one, you get fined £200. I think it's actually £250, because basically it's like a criminal offence or something to lose your passport if you got a passport.
Wow. That's, yeah, I don't know. Wow. Just wow.
Just crazy. I don't know if it's the same in the States. I think if you lose your passport in the States, you just lose your passport. You have to pay for a new one.
It's just like your ID, I guess. Yeah, that makes sense, I guess.
Well, my mum is calling me, but I'm not answering that because it's bullshit. My mother's annoying me. Well, she's trying to guilt trip me to basically to come down there when I already said to her, basically, if you want me down, you gotta come pick me up. You could do it any time. But yeah, I'm not dealing with it. I'm not dealing with drama. I'm not. It takes a long time here too, doing it through the post office. Exactly. It is crazy. It's just crazy that they expect you to basically do all this stuff perfectly. I mean, literally, the reason why they sent it back was because I had not capitalized a word on my address that should have been capitalized, and for that they basically highlighted an entire section of the form and said it didn't match the one that I put on the top, and it was like, they sent that back because of that, just that one thing. And if they caught it, then why couldn't they just have fixed it themselves?
Yeah.
I could punch them. I could have punched them at that time. I was really, really pissed off, especially since it was right before I went to Seattle that I basically got my passport sorted. So,
jeez,
it was literally like a month away from leaving the country to go to America for the first time by myself. So yeah, it was just awesome. It's hard to believe that was like 10 years ago. Jeffrey, do you know what the plans are for me coming to see you? Do you have any deets on that? I hate that I use the word deets.
What's the deets? Wait. Let's say 10 years.
Oh. The internet's going a bit funky here. So I don't know if
Might drop out.
well, yeah, it might just be a server issue on the Fur Affinity website end. I just refreshed the page so I could see if I got any new notes or comments or anything.
10 years ago in September, I would have already graduated high school. I don't know if I started community college at that time yet or not. That was back when I was living in North Carolina. So. Over in good old North Kakalaka. Community college wasn't fun. Because that's where I took my first main art classes. Art history, did a painting course. Is painting and art history at the same time?
Did you see Dreamy's pencil work? He posted.
And art was an art attack.
I don't know. I just remember seeing them and I thought they were pretty cool. I think it is an art attack. Yeah.
I think I might have scored past it. I don't know. Let's see. No, that's great.
Jeffrey, 10 years ago is when I first started working at the. I think it was either security or it was at the fast food place, the frozen food place. But yeah, not 30 years ago, 10 years ago. What's so sad is in '89 I graduated from high school. Damn, I'm old. Jeffrey, you are old. Yes, I was 2. I was 2. No, I was old too. I mean, I was 2 years old.
So Jeffrey graduated high school the year before I was born.
Fucking millennials. Although apparently I'm not Generation X. I'm also a millennial.
Yeah.
Which I don't understand because I'm pretty sure I'm Generation X.
Yes, let's see if I can find his. Oh yeah, those ones. You mean the ones with the glasses and the patterns? Yeah, I saw those. Those were good stuff. I like those.
Very nice.
Especially like patterns, because patterns. I love patterns. I'm like I'm like really interested in like architectural pictures or like pictures of cityscapes where you know you have the buildings and you have just all the lines going like in different directions, and it's kind of uniform, but it's also just kind of yeah. So like I like that. I like that stuff. I think is that a quill or is that just?
I think it's just paper.
Because that would be awesome as a quilt too.
So I was giggling at Jeffrey. What Jeffrey said to Damon feels your pain. No, he doesn't. Damon's not that old. Did I call Damon old? And he's not that old. Damon isn't that old. Damon's 45. Yeah, Damon isn't that old. Damon's just old. He's not, ancient. Right.
It's fine, guys. Age is just a number. It's just a number.
So I just find that hysterical for some reason. I love making fun of Damon with his age and stuff, and it's just really good. I'm just trying to find.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure a really good joke. It's like whenever Damon's mum, whenever she says about the whole, oh, there was a break-in like 2 doors away from me, and it was like, and yeah, they got like this stolen and stuff, and she always goes like, I remember when you didn't have to lock your doors and everything. And I was like, that's because locks weren't invented yet. I love doing that. So yeah. Oh, Damon was talking about like storage capacity and stuff, and he's saying like how he had to like oh, I used to carry around like a floppy disk of like of very specific files and stuff, and then USB sticks came out, and I was just like oh yeah, floppy disks. I mean, did you have like a special like compartment on your dinosaur saddle for that?
Oh gosh.
I know. I just thought it was so good.
I think we're floppy disks around like sometime.
I remember floppy disks.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure we were still using floppies whenever I was in, I think elementary or middle school. No, elementary school I think it was. Yeah.
I remember the huge, gigantic floppy disks that basically they were actually floppy, and you could actually, they were huge. They were like that big, and you slide them in. You slide them into the computer, and you had like a cassette thing that would clamp down over the compartment and everything. Oh my god. Jeffrey, when you were in school, did basically no, that's me. It's like, stop it.
I still remember whenever people saw tape cassettes. So we played tape cassettes. That was when I was really young.
Tape cassettes. It's like, yeah, that's not that old though.
No, it's not. But it's just like the medium has just changed so much because we switched over to like CDs, and then now everything's going into like digital albums, even though we still have like vinyl records that are like kind of collectible now. If you have like I would love an old school vinyl record player, or like one of those suitcase vinyl record players, you know? Be cool.
Got a message from my brother, but it's not showing up. I don't know if it was anything important or what. Oh, show me messages. Now my phone is being stubborn, which is great. Just doing the whole loading thing. We had to take a typewriter class, Tubbs and Howard, in high school, and yes, I remember the Maxwell cassette tapes. I still have mine. What's a Maxwell cassette tape?
Maxwell. I think that's
That's the standard cassette tapes. Is it?
We're like.
Okay, my phone is deciding to be really shitty and decided just absolutely not gonna do stuff, which is great. I have to run into the house because I've really got to pee, but I'll be right back. Just random sudden urge to urinate. Oh, external lighting is not on. I will put up the banner, but there's no time. Smells funny, doesn't it? Oh, because it's the sweet chili burps. They lingered. They lingered.
Lingering gas.
What's going on?
Lingering gas.
Hey guys.
Hey, Jacob. Gas.
Hey guys.
Hey, Jacob.
You're feedbacking. Oh, what were we talking about?
That better?
I think so. I can't hear anything now. So. Right, I've just got to solve the random mystery of why my brother's message isn't getting through. So what's up, dude?
I'm doing pretty good. I had a fun time. Yeah, the club started pretty boring, just a whole bunch of introductions and stuff. And then someone's like, hey, we should have an arm wrestling contest. And we went through with it. Me, I was more interested in the donuts they were giving out. So I had a donut in one hand and arm wrestling with the other. And I somehow still won. Well, actually, no, it wasn't somehow. I was like bigger than. Well, I was more built than everyone else in the room. Yeah, they had the chocolate glazed cream filled donuts from Krispy Kreme, which are my absolute favorite. So of course I was going after those. It was fun and stuff.
Oh my god.
And then I also went to a gamers club there. I walked in and there were people playing Dark Souls, some other people playing board games. And I ended up playing some card games with someone who just opened the pack for I don't know what reason.
Okay. Well, cool.
That's some fun.
Yeah, so I was a bit distracted. I just, my brother sent me like what I thought was an urgent attachment or message or something. Turns out it's just a link to Leonard Nimoy singing about the Bilbo Baggins song or something. I don't get it. But okay, that's fine. But no, that does sound cool. That does sound fun. I wish I was doing something on Friday night. besides just hanging with you guys. I didn't mean it to sound that way, but it turned out that it sounded that way.
What? I don't get your meaning. What way did it sound to us?
Just I don't want to dwell on it. Okay. So what did I miss while I was gone? While I was pooping?
Not much. Jeff was just telling us how much he hated typing class.
No, damn it! I keep trying. It's like the whole Chris scenario all over again.
What happened? What happened?
I mean, it can't have been easy typing on all those stone keys. Ah!
No, we're just poking fun at ages. Like,
We're being ageist
yeah.
because Jeffrey's old.
Oh,
He's like 1,000.
Oh, Jesus.
No, I still find that hysterical because like Damon's grandfather is actually alive still, and he's like 100. He's actually 100, and like yeah. And he's okay with it, and he's still completely mobile and still completely with it, and it's weird because he'll be having a conversation and like yeah, he could still hear you okay when you're talking about him in the other room.
some
But-
people are just like that.
I know, but it's just so funny because basically like I can't remember the exact situation, but one Christmas I was over there and like I was setting up something in the living room. I was like doing the decorations in the living room at my mother-in-law's place, and and like he was like oh, damn it, he was going to set up a table, and my aunt was like, is he okay set up the table? And I was like he's like 1,000, he can do it, it's fine. The man's like 1,000, he can set up a table, it's fine. So I just said, I just said that, and he said I'm only 100. And it's like, yeah, okay, sorry. But he wasn't fazed by it. It's just so weird. He's actually, if you go onto this channel somewhere in the archive of this channel, in the video archive of this channel, you actually see I think he's in the present opening episode of Last Christmas, the Last Christmas present opening, when Damon opened his BB, his BB-8. But no, he's completely fine. It's kind of weird how normal he is, really. I mean, he's a tad bit racist, but
Oh gosh.
but not as much as you think. That's the weird thing. He's not super racist. He's literally just like he talks about the British Empire and all that stuff a lot because he was in the army. So he doesn't say about anybody being bad. He uses ancient terms for the British Empire and Pakistani people and stuff like that. But yeah. Oh my god. It's not really that uncomfortable, because it's just the way he talks. Anyway, seriously, I've got to try to distract myself from this topic before I hurt myself. Okay. Orsus is here and he says the thumbnail for the live stream is just awesome. What is the thumbnail? I think it's different. I think it's different for everybody until the video is actually done.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it changes each time you hit the page.
Yeah. Apollo 69 is here also. My aunt lived to be 180. That's great, Jeffrey. 108, not 180. Did I say 180? Yeah, I think I said 180. I didn't mean to say 180. Yeah. You know, guys. It wasn't that funny.
It just comes out that way.
I just texted my mum, by the way, saying because she called me when I basically told her like I'm going to be streaming usually around about this time and this time. So basically, I text her every day. I text her basically every day, and contained in that paragraph of text is usually the times when I'm going to be streaming. So basically, around about this time and around about this time is when I'm going to be streaming. So don't call me then. And my mum keeps doing it. So basically I said to her that, because I don't say that I'm streaming, I say that I'm in a work meeting or something, So I basically just said to her, I'm in a meeting, in capital letters. Just sent her a message in capital letters saying, I'm in a meeting. I wouldn't mind so much, but she had all of today off from work, so she had literally hours and hours and hours where I wouldn't mind her calling me, but yeah. Whatever.
She just wants to know what you're doing.
No, I bet my mum would love to know what I'm doing all the time. That's the crazy thing. Oh my god, no, I'm not even kidding about that. Yeah. She's like, why is this door open? Why is this door closed? And it's like, this was all of my, by the way, this is all of my time when I was living with my parents. It's like every time she'd come upstairs, she'd open my door and I'd be like, why is this door closed? And it's like, it's my bed, it's my bedroom door. I'm sleeping, something, yeah. It's just, and there'll be times when just out of nowhere I'll just be playing on my computer, and also my door opens, and I just look up and she's like, hi, and I'll be like, hello. Why are you in my room? She said, and she'll be just like, what? Well, I'm not allowed in the room. The door's closed. I just wanted to see what you're doing. It's like, so you were downstairs watching TV, and you came upstairs just to see what I was doing. And she'd be like, all right then, don't get hostile with me. It's just like, I'm just trying to understand the situation. She's always being gone. I'd be like, okay. I don't get it. Oh my god, even when I had my girlfriend over, oh holy crap. I'm so glad I had HS because yeah, I could hear her come up the stairs. Yeah, and we'd just be we'd both be sitting on the we'd actually had a gag where basically like like whenever we'd be doing stuff, even if it's just watching TV together in my room or playing games, or she'd be listening to music and I'd be playing on my Game Boy or something, you know, basically whenever I said my mom's coming, we basically would just be sitting like a foot apart from each other on my bed, just like so that when the door opened, she'd just see us just sitting on the bed next to each other, perfectly placed, you know. And I'd just be like, "Hello, mother." You know? She'd be like, what are you doing? I'd just be like, we were just in my room together.
We're just
like I said. It's just so funny. It's like she forget about the whole hearing thing. Even though my dad had it as well, you know, she just forget that I could hear her coming up the stairs or just standing in the hallway or something, you know. And it's, but yeah, like I said, my mum would love to know all the time what I'm doing, but she can't. So yeah. Anyway, what were we talking about?
no idea now.
Well, I do have to text her. She wants to know what to get Damon for his birthday. So basically, I've just got a couple of suggestions before I forget to text her again. George. George Foreman grill, by the way, blew up, which was quite interesting.
Yeah.
Well, it's, you know, I'm obviously exaggerating. It just randomly, the side of it caught fire, just a little bit. It was actually kind of funny. Damon was cooking some frozen burgers in it, and basically, like, I heard some commotion happening in the kitchen. I was in the living room, and yeah, when I came into the kitchen, just standing in the doorway, just going like, why is the counter on fire? He just quickly got a cloth and just kind of like beat it out, you know. It's just like, I'm just cooking. I was like, well, I thought that's why I do the cooking. Because when I do the cooking, things often don't catch on fire. You know, like the house. So George from the grill, and he needs a new webcam. Anyway, I did some really cool drawing earlier, but I can't really talk about it right now. It's a secret, guys. It's a secret, guys. So that's cute. I'm going to do that sometime tomorrow. Probably not super late tomorrow. I mean, super early tomorrow. It probably will just be in the day tomorrow. But that will be finished and then sent to the appropriate places. Appropriate place. Ideas for demos. Birthday. Stupid autocorrect. Whatever. Oh, and my phone's about to die. Yeah. Bullshit. There we go. You guys okay?
Me? Fine.
Well, it just went quiet.
I'm okay.
I'm okay.
Okay. Ross.
Jeffrey, it's no big deal. The George Foreman grill doesn't get used that often because we've got an actual grill. So it's literally just because some of the stuff we mainly use it for the defrosting. You know, the stuff that you need to defrost normally and stuff. Because with a George Foreman grill, you don't have to defrost it so much. You know, you basically can take stuff out of the freezer, and then all the extra moisture, kind of like falls out of it. So you don't have to actually, yeah. It doesn't create a lot of steam and grease and stuff. I just had noodles. Damon tried to catch the house on fire. It's really bad actually. If our kitchen caught on fire, the house would blow up.
Oh, jeez.
Because that's basically that's the I'm sure that you guys have seen maybe in some of my videos that have been filmed in the kitchen that there's a lot of alcohol out in one side of the kitchen. Like a lot. It's like there's a shelf of a grocery store, kind of like the alcohol department is like one side of our kitchen. It's crazy. So like I said, if there's a fire in the house, then like it better not be in that part of the kitchen because it will explode.
Yeah, I think about liquor cabinet too. And conveniently enough, it's right above the oven in this. No.
Why is what?
Our liquor cabinet, it's right above the oven and the stove and all that.
What? No, but why?
Who wants to test fate?
That's just how my dad has it set up.
Well, like, change it. Jesus Christ, dude. You know,
yeah.
It's. Oh, I'm trying to think of a good analogy. It's like oh no, that won't work. I was gonna say something too obvious. So I just stole my dynamite in the microwave. I mean, it's fine. It's like, but isn't that bad? Did you know if you can actually blow up a microwave by basically just setting it for a very long time, so half an hour to like an hour or so, and don't put anything in it. I didn't know this was a thing. I did not know this was a thing. It will cause the the radio waves to basically bounce around in there until they hit the magnetron, until it's damaged enough to basically either explode or short out, and you will destroy your microwave. I didn't know this was a thing.
Science.
It's like cool, but a little bit scary, because that's how we clean our microwave. We've got these well, technically then there is something in the microwave. Well, it's basically this sheet, you know, this like this kind of cloth material that basically you put in the microwave, and then you turn the microwave on, and it basically it like vapors from the sheet will like come out of the sheet and like interact with the grime and shit that's on the inside of your microwave. And then basically when it's done its 30-second loosening up of the crap that's in your microwave, you basically just take the sheet and you actually wipe the microwave with it. But it's like, that's just I didn't know that could potentially damage it. But then again, the heat is actually going into the sheet, so
Yeah, that's.
I like how we lost 5 viewers basically because we were talking about microwaves. Oh no, somebody came back.
It kind of makes sense, just because like it's basically like what radiation, like it's just like
Everything's radiation though. That's the thing. I hate it when people say that.
It's true.
Well, it's just that we emit radiation, for fuck's sake, you know.
Yeah, but not as much as microwave.
Well, no, a microwave is a different form of radiation. The only thing, basically, the only kind of radiation that you really need to be worried about is ionizing radiation. Or is it the other way around? No, it's ionizing radiation. That's the bullshit radiation. Your microwave doesn't emit ionizing radiation. That's why it's kind of semi-safe to stand in front of it and stuff. You know how microwaves were invented, right?
No.
A guy was messing around with a magnetron to like test. He was testing out equipment in a lab, and basically it was just he was firing a magnetron at something. It was like a brick or something. He was firing a magnetron at a brick, and basically it had no shielding or anything. It was just a magnetron aimed at a brick, just to test out its abilities or something, in a lab somewhere in America. And he basically stepped away from the thing and went to eat the candy bar that he had in his pocket, and he found that the candy bar had melted in his wrapper. That's how basically microwaves were invented. This guy basically microwaved himself because he stood too close to the brick that he was magnetroning microwaving.
Unprotected microwaving.
Yeah. And he's fine. Well, I'm assuming he might be dead, but not because he was in front of a microwave, a magnetron. I just love that it's called a magnetron. You know, scientists come up with the best names and the lamest names all at the same time. It's like, well, it's bigger than a supermassive black hole, so what we're going to call it? A mega massive super black hole. Yeah, that works. Really? And they come up with stuff like magnetron. You can really tell which naming committees name what sometimes. It's quite funny.
Magnetron.
Yeah, it's like we're the super awesome scientists. We name things like the magnetron and accelerator and stuff like that.
We're the scientists that watched Transformers as a kid.
Well, no, I'm pretty sure that Magnetron comes from.
It just sounds a bit like a Decepticon name.
Well, no, what I'm trying to say is that basically I'm pretty sure Transformers came after the Magnetron was invented. It's from like the 40s. Or at least the 50s. Transformers are from the 70s? Early 80s, maybe?
And here I was thinking it was Pokemon. My gosh.
Magnetron is a Pokemon, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Transformers are from the 80s, and Microwaves are from the 40s.
Ah, yeah, 40s.
Specifically 1946.
Yeah, that guy might be dead. Again, probably not from microwaving himself.
Percy Spencer.
Oh, does it have the actual story and everything? With the candy bar? Are you looking this up on Wikipedia?
Yes.
He
died in the 70s.
He died in the 70s. Did he? Is it because... I don't know. I'm going to shut up. Did he microwave himself? I kind of want to know what happened to his ashes, you know? Did they put it in a big microwave?
And they do include the candy bar melting in his pocket. The candy bar is hyperlinked. A candy bar is a type of sugar that is in the shape of a bar. Many varieties of candy bars exist, and many are mass produced.
Just in case you want to know what a candy bar is.
Afterward, he tried it out, I guess, with popcorn. So he made the first microwave popcorn. He tried it with an egg. He microwaved a kettle. By the way, they did hyperlink popcorn and kettle. The egg exploded in the face of one of his coworkers who was working in the kettle to observe.
It's crazy.
You know when people put videos of them just randomly microwaving stuff? This is that, but the creator did it. So he was the original.
Well, yeah, but it's quite a different story though, because basically, like, he basically had a big futuristic looking cannon that he was trying to stuff out, whereas these people actually have a box. You know, it's quite a different story.
True.
Do you want to shoot some video of me shooting some shit with some microwave? It's kind of like that sounds pretty awesome, you know. Watching some YouTube videos of people like putting stuff in a box that may or may not explode is kind of lame in comparison if you think about it.
Popcorn is a variety of corn kernel, which expands and puffs.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know why these are hyperlinked.
Oh no, it's just that's that's the danger of Wikipedia, though. Basically, every other word sometimes can be hyperlinked. It's just sometimes you do wonder if basically the basic text is black or blue. I've been on articles where basically it has just been literally every other word is hyperlinked. It's crazy. They're often biographies, you know, because they basically like have just stuff from people's days, and of course that stuff is linked in Wikipedia because it's an encyclopedia. So yeah.
I can't get over the fact that they defined candy bar. I just love that.
I'm surprised they didn't define sugar and shirt pocket and stuff like that. Yeah.
I'm sure it's in there somewhere.
I think they during the early days of Wikipedia, I'm pretty sure that they basically did have the problem of like what do we include in the links and stuff. I'm pretty sure that there was that problem. It's a lot of the early Wikipedia entries. Because yeah, you're right. I don't see that anymore. You know, I don't see basically every other word being hyperlinked. It used to be, but I do remember going on pages and it happening a lot where everything was hyperlinked on Wikipedia. But yeah, some people don't remember a time before Wikipedia. That's crazy.
I don't remember a time before the internet.
Well, no, it wasn't just before the internet. It was just like I remember being a kid and actually having encyclopedias.
I've used an encyclopedia before.
Yeah, but I had some. I thought I was going to be like, I don't know why, but as a little kid, I was like, oh, I'm going to be the smartest kid in school because I know how to read now, so I better get like an encyclopedia, and then I'll have a book about everything, you know? So I'll be the smartest kid in school. And I was just like, I remember having that thought though. That's, what was I, like 4? I don't know. I remember just being like, encyclopedia? That's a thing? Oh my god, I must have some.
I remember someone telling me, here's a dictionary. It's every book ever, just with the words all mixed up.
Oh no, that is true, yeah. There's actually a principle of a book that is basically every book ever. It's like it's a hypothetical principle. It's every book ever because basically it's got every single iteration of every single word in it. But the thing is that it's a hypothetical principle because it can't actually exist because it's an infinite book. But it literally has every single iteration of every single word in the English language. So basically it has entire books on it. So it's crazy. But yeah, a dictionary is just that book, just with the words, with the template of words, basically. So it's crazy. It's just crazy.
We're not stay focused on dictionary for that long. I need to have an actual like reasoning. If like, I don't know, if words formatted into more of a cohesive, because for me it's like I need something to be involved. If it's like in a story format or if it's like something where, I don't know.
Well, no, we're not suggesting that you read the freaking dictionary.
Well, no, that's what I'm getting at though. I'm just saying like, cause even like just regular old textbooks where like they're teaching you about something or just things like that. Like it's even hard for me to just like keep focus on that type of stuff, you know? So I think, and I was reading or like I was hearing about somewhere I was reading that's kind of the reason why people get so uninterested in reading is because they're kind of forced to read like books they're not interested in like school and stuff, and so they kind of just equate books as being just like boring old things that you don't.
See, I wasn't like that. If the teacher made me read a book, I'd be like, and then read it for like a little bit of time. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to take a break. Then switch to a book I did like and then read that for hours. And that never made sense why it just worked out that way. But it did.
I used to have a teeny dictionary in my bag all the time when I was in school because of my dyslexia. I didn't know it was because of my dyslexia, but it was so tiny. It was like that big. I just remember thinking to myself, if I cut this book in half, it could be 2 cubes of book. It's just interesting.
After a while, I stopped carrying physical books and just brought my Kindle around everywhere. Because that was just a little library.
Well, they are little libraries. That's all they are.
I might get one for myself.
Have you got a phone?
Yeah, and I know there's an app, but my phone is just like way too small for me to actually go through the trouble of reading all that. Like, I could probably carry my iPad about with me, you know, and try and download books to read whenever I'm away from Wi-Fi or whatever. So.
It's just that I always thought like getting a Kindle was bullshit on account of it's just a slightly bigger phone.
Yeah, true, but it's like it's just because of like the forum, because they're like, because it is a bigger phone. It's like the biggest screen and everything, and you can see more with it. And
but that's the thing, you can't see more with it. They're usually e-paper, so they're very, very like they're kind of crappy resolution and usually monochromatic and all that stuff.
They look fine to me. And I like having a bigger screen so I can make the words bigger. My eyes already are bad as now. I don't need to make them worse.
But it's just that you can increase the text size on your phone and everything.
But if I do that on my phone, it takes so many words off.
So much trouble.
It's so hard to
and just like read a page and then flick my finger to go to the next page and read that one. You know?
Or you can get an actual book.
But they take up so much space and then books get old and rusty.
They can cut you.
That too, they can cut you.
Books are dangerous.
Books are dangerous.
I love that argument. Books are more dangerous. It's like
They're vulnerable to fire.
you just hold up a book and it's like, well, this thing? It's like, oh my god, put it away. Holster that thing. Just imagine like a TV pitch though of like a Kindle. It's like, plus, did you know that books cause like 5 to 10 deaths every 10 years? Kindles haven't ever done that. In fact, it's physically impossible to kill someone with this thing. Look, he whacks it around somebody's head. It's like, and it breaks. It's like, see, the item broke, not his head. Whereas if you did this with a book, and he does the same thing, and the guy's knocked out. It's like, and now he's dead. It's like, and now he's unconscious. It's like, it's just like a tiny pool of blood starts to just grow around his head. And it's like, No, actually, he might be in trouble.
I keep imagining this dude looking to the camera and speaking all of this, knowing people are seeing.
Yeah, just talking about the Kindle some more while the guy's just like there's somebody like from the crew just kind of like checking his pulse and everything. Just to get like the and he's still talking about the Kindle, and like the guy's getting like CPR and everything. And then they cut to like a close up of the Kindle and all of its features and everything, and then they cut back to the guy and he's talking about pricing, and there's like a there's like a full AMT crew and they're putting him on a stretcher and everything.
During the close up, you can hear sirens.
Oh my god! Yeah, it basically doesn't even cut. The AMT guys are gone, and it's just like the coroner just wheeling out a body bag. Order yours today.
Jump cut to his funeral, and the person reading what's it called?
Oh my god! No, yeah.
Speech from a Kindle.
It's like it's like a big open field. It's like for the next advert, there's like a big open field, and then there's like gravestones, and it's at this guy's funeral. And the camera keeps panning down to just outside of the graveyard. And it said, "Are you tired of basically walking around with your phone all the time, looking at your screen?" It's just like literally the funeral for that guy as he's walking along. If you want something lighter and bigger than your phone. But they're all okay with it. That's the best part. What was the one that they were raving about when they were first coming out? It was like the Kindle Fire or something. I can't remember which one it was. The one with the color screen and everything.
Kindle Fire HD.
Yeah,
Mad Fire.
I just find it hilarious. I saw like a meme kind of post thing the other day where basically they were actually talking about like it was like the progress of the Kindles on one side, and then like on the other side it had like Game Boys, and if you look at them, they've basically taken the steps that Game Boy has taken as it's evolved. You know, you had the monochromatic ones, then you had the color ones, and then you had the backlit ones, and then it's like there's a clear progression here, and it's exactly like like the Game Boys. It's crazy. Pre-DS. But no, I was giggling at that for ages. Okay. I can't have my eye bath because basically Damon has put away all of the medical stuff back into the bathroom. So I can't do that before I go to bed because I have to get it out of its box and I have to wash the little eye bath and I'll buy Apollo 69. I think he might have already left.
69.
Here it is.
69.
Oh, I was supposed to look up something for Panafox. Oh, damn it.
I like this overtime.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember the giant old TVs. Is your eye feeling better? Well, it is only because I basically sprayed it before I came back in here. With the eye mist stuff. Like I said, if this continues for more than a week now that I'm doing the eye bath thing, but if this continues, then I'm going to hospital or something because this is bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. I have to go to the hospital anyway next week. I'll just tell them about it then. My ogre makeup. Oh, I should totally do that. I should totally do that on Monday. I think it's Monday? Yeah. To the doctor's office. With the ogre makeup and everything. So I can't help but notice, but your weight is up and also you're green. Is everything okay? I think they might have questions. Right. So I was supposed to look for that. I think it was spaced thing. Spaced. Wow, there's a lot of crazy. So there's another there's another quote in space where basically like Tim, the main character, is basically like he's playing on his PlayStation 1. That's how long ago Spaced was. Jesus. He's playing on his PlayStation 1. He's playing Tomb Raider. And he's basically just not really playing it. He's kind of just making her die in various ways. and he just got back from like a job interview or something, and like his roommate basically asks him, "It's like, are you okay?" Yeah, I'm just playing some Tomb Raider. It's like, oh, how did your interview go? And he said, he's like, it made me want to drown things. you just see Lara Croft on the screen just dying underwater. And she's like, oh, that well, huh? It's just like, oh, space is good. Okay. Where is this? I'm not gonna find it. I need to be more specific. I've already found it once. That's the problem. I looked it up once at least. I know where it'll be. It'll be on my favorites on my other account. If it will load. I'll put the link in Discord because I know Panafox wanted to see it. So where is it? horribly slow murder of the extremely inefficient weapon. No.
The spoons.
The spoons.
We said it and then flashbacks happened.
What's spoon do? Ah, found it.
Yes. Yes. And I do it again, I tell you. I do it again in an instant.
Oh, it gets me every time. It's so good.
I am Teddy Walker. I'm here to get my GED.
No. I love that clip.
Yes.
Right. Oh my god, it's actually going to copy the. There it is. It's going to copy the entire playlist, apparently. Although you can look at the entire playlist, but it's number 33 on my playlist, on my favorite playlist. Please. Okay, so I need to go to Discord on this computer. It's going to open on this computer. There we go. There we go. Funny funs. Oh, I got a note on for Affinity. Yay. He really likes the picture I did. The polar bear picture.
Awesome. This is really good.
Wow. There's just a lot of I really can't thank you enough messages. Which is always super appreciated. Yay. I mean, it's not that great. Sort of clicking. Have you? Has anybody looked at that link yet?
I did.
I mean, you probably heard it already, but it's just so funny.
I watched it. That's why I said what the when he, did the thing at the end.
I just love even if you don't even see it, just the sound bite is just great. Just the laughing and then the jumping out the window.
Yeah, I definitely heard that part. It was, yeah.
I can't remember what I did it for, but I basically, I did that to somebody, but I just ran out of the room. and actually jump out a window. I do it again. You do it again in an instant. Oh, it's terrible.
Can't stop me.
Right. Just going to answer this guy. Well, I sent him a message because he's literally not on any other website. This guy, apparently, he literally doesn't have any other. He doesn't have Facebook. Doesn't have Twitter. He doesn't have. He doesn't have Discord. Doesn't have anything. He's basically Jeffrey.
Not Jeffrey in disguise, is it?
I don't know. Jeffrey, are you on Fur Affinity? Probably not. I'm not completely ruling it out, but I think it's a fair bet. Oh fuck! Error's having Fur Affinity's having an issue. Oh, but it didn't delete my message. That's good. Why is Fur Affinity being such a pussy? There, now it's there now. Okay. Just over the past day, it's just been a bit on and off Fur Affinity. I'm really looking forward to finishing this picture. It's gonna be badass. I'm still a bit concerned about a couple of things, but I mean, overall, it should look pretty good. And the best part, the guy that I'm doing it for has no idea. Well, either that was what?
Look how evil guy voice he went right there.
Evil guy.
It's like my master plan. It's coming together.
Is it about a rabbit?
I didn't hear that. What?
Is it about a rabbit?
Okay, let's just. I'm just gonna switch over to this one, to this window, and just see if he's replied in the latest 5 minutes. No, he didn't. Oh well.
I'll answer one question.
What question?
What we're talking about?
I don't know. I said to him, has he got an email address? Because Fur Affinity does compress some of their pictures. that's the good thing. That's why I basically usually send people stuff. Also, by the way, Discord does as well. That's why I normally send people stuff through their either their Twitter or Facebook accounts, because basically Facebook Messenger does compress a little bit, but not as much. And Twitter doesn't seem to compress, but it does kind of do. It does something, because I've gotten a file from Twitter a couple of times, and it's just been kind of, yeah. But if you email a file, then it basically usually doesn't compress them. You know, the final product isn't compressed as much. So yeah. So I wanted to send him like all of the line art and everything for his picture. Or something. Anyway, I'm gonna go soon. Oh my god, it just randomly got really cold in here.
Is there a draft?
I think just the outside temperature just dropped a bit because like there's no clouds or something. You know, there were clouds and all of a sudden there weren't any clouds. Which of course means that, yeah, it just goes. Goes deep. I don't know. Oh, has anybody watched that Disenchantment thing? Yeah.
No,
Not yet.
showed up, but I haven't been interested enough to watch it. What's it about?
It's a bit complicated. It's just the Matt Groening, that guy. The guy did The Simpsons and Futurama. He basically is having a stab at Game of Thrones-y medieval periods now instead.
Yeah, it's fantasy, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's actually not bad.
Is it? Oh.
It's a little bit crap, but it's not that bad.
Yeah, I kind of want to just, because, like, I kind of like the Futurama comedy. I can't really get to Simpsons that much, but Futurama was good. I like Futurama, so I don't really know how to feel about Disenchantment. I can't really make any judgments because I haven't watched an episode yet, but I don't know. I'm kind of what's the word? I'm kind of just staying away from it for like a little while, just to see, I don't know, what people think of it and stuff.
What was that about one of my favorite artists? Sugar Boy. Fucking love his stuff. Well, I was looking for stuff to do with horses for my horsey friend on Twitter, who seems to have gone to the goat side. I don't know why. His persona switched to goat for some reason. I was looking up Sugar Boy's stuff because he loves doing horses. At least he did for a long time. Like every time I looked at, every time I got like a notification that he did something new, it was always like a horse for the longest time. But he just does furry texturing very, 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 very well. Plus, these pudgy characters are always just so realistic. You know, body shapes and stuff. Anyway, guys, it is time to leave for me.
Okay.
Because I'm getting tired and my eyes being bullshit, and I need to check on something for work for a while because I hadn't done any work yesterday. So I've been kind of catching up and stuff. Fortunately, it's not a counselling week. But so there's no schedule, but I still have to get shit done. Oh. But yeah, take a good look at the hair, guys, because after tomorrow it's going to be different. Probably not going to be different during the first stream, but it might be different during the second stream. And the head hair, in the very least, is going to be a lot shorter. Because this is bullshit. Vetro Wolf is nice as well, but he keeps kind of like I follow him on something else, and basically it's all of his art, not just his furry art, like even his sketches and stuff. I don't think it's Twitter. I think it's something else.
Tumblr?
Maybe. But yeah.
I know he has a Tumblr, but I only know the one that only does furry stuff.
Well, the one I'm thinking of basically just it has like human, and it has furry, and it also has it has all of his sketches and everything. Again, I don't know where it is. It might be the Tumblr, but I'm not sure. But no, I really do like his stuff, but he switches so drastically between super stylized and realistic and the cartoony stuff in between and stuff, and it's like, ugh. It's kind of annoying. Like, I like your work, but I don't like the super stylized stuff sometimes. Yeah, I like his cop series. Although I still think he could have done something a bit more with the face on that particular shot. It just does look like he put a different head on a fat body in that shot for some reason, to me. I mean, granted, you can't see all of the cheek and everything, but it's just that he's got his other fat cop picture of him standing up. You can actually see like the jowl and the thick neck and everything. And it looks so cuddly. Anyway, yeah, I'm running away. So again. So again, I'm going to flee, but I'll be back, and I won't be super early tomorrow, but I will still be early-ish for you guys anyway, maybe, potentially. It's a Saturday, so any time could happen. You don't know. Ew. There's a spider web here. Gross. So yeah, I'll be definitely doing the later stream though because we've still got Star Treks to get through. Oh my god, so many Star Treks. So yeah, I think my chat is broken again. Although every time I say that, I'm always disappointed. It's like, no, it's not broken. It's just really quiet. I was doing that earlier today when there was nobody on the stream. I just kept thinking, is it broken? Is it broken? Is it broken? No, it's not.
Oh, the one that went on. Didn't you do one earlier that like no one showed up?
The one before this one.
Yeah, I woke up and then saw, oh, he's streaming, because I saw the announcement on Discord, and then I looked, and then it said it ended 15 minutes ago.
I know it might have been early for everybody, but it was like I didn't think it was super early. It was like 11 o'clock or something here in the UK.
Yeah, I woke up at like 4 something for some reason, and then decided it's too early, I'm gonna go back to sleep. We woke up again around 7, and it ended sometime at 6 something or whatever. Here at least.
No, I'm sorry. Hopefully that won't be the case for much longer because my sleep cycle is almost intact. I mean, I'm getting tired now around about, it's 11:30 here in the UK, and I'm getting a bit tired now, so that's pretty good. So yeah. Anyway, YouTube live stream. Toodles.